Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final day of the ECL LAN finals. We've got loser bracket finals and the grand finals on our playoffs. Tuesday? Yeah, it's a Tuesday in China. I had to think about that for a second. We've got LGD versus IG in a best of three, followed by the winner taking on Newbie. I'm not alone for this first series. I'm going to be joined by Evil Geniuses, Captain PPD. How you doing, PPD?
I'm good, but for some reason I'm hearing you twice. Is that on me?
Go into your Dota 2 settings. You may need to mute co-broadcasters, is my guess.
Alright, that would definitely do it.
And that should be the trick.
Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. We're good. All right, that was weird.
Okay.
I'm good though. I'm good. I'm excited to watch these games.
Yeah. Did you get to catch some of the action yesterday? Some like 2-hour-long games and shit. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of them just like while I was trying to like go to sleep or whatever because they were on, so I just put them on, and then I actually I felt like I felt like I was dreaming, but there was actually a techies last night.
Yeah.
So I was picking up like some noises from my laptop of like techies going on. I was like, what's happening? I think I was like maybe like dreaming about it too. It was crazy. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but
do you actually mean unfortunately, or is that like a?
I mean, I think it'd be cool for techies to win a game.
Yeah, that's true. I think VG Gaming were just like, let's have some fun. They've been kind of clowning around all tournament long. They ran a jungle Bloodseeker, which seemed pretty useless as well.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so? You don't think it's good?
I don't think it's good in the jungle. I think it could be good as like maybe a mid or a safe lane farmer, but I don't know about the jungle Bloodseeker. Do you think he can jungle? I mean, he can, but like he doesn't come out and do much. It's kind of like the lifestealer jungle. He's slow. He doesn't do too much.
I don't want to comment on that. All right.
Okay.
Might be saving something for my LAN tournament coming up. So
you might be. All right. We'll see.
I'd like to think I am.
Do you ever like throw comments out when you're casting or doing interviews to like mislead other teams? Like you tell them like,
oh yeah, like,
you think a hero is really good and you're going to pick it coming up, but you're completely bullshitting.
Yeah, like techies, man. He's got so much potential. Like such a strong hero. The stasis trap, it's crazy.
It's what, longest stun in the game, I believe.
Yeah, and you can have like multiples of them set up. You just chain stun forever. Like that's so broken.
All right, we're going to see. Well, and Arteezy, one of the only few players who actually has competitive experience on the hero, so you guys are in a perfect position to utilize techies as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
He needs a few lessons though. This whole suicide first thing isn't really acceptable.
Needs stasis trap level 1 is what you're saying.
No, you got to TP to the tower. Everyone knows how to play techies. You TP to the tower, then you place the mines.
All right. Well, IG versus LGD game 1 draft underway. We're going to see IG on the Dire side, LGD on the Radiant, and some kind of, I guess, typical bans for what we're seeing from the Chinese teams with Medusa taking out, and even the Doom, which has been really popular over these few days. And heroes you don't really see as much coming out of the Western teams, I'd say.
Yeah, Dusa first 2 is a pretty crazy ban. Panda and Wisp are pretty standard. Doom is a little different. I don't know how strong Doom is right now, but if it's been working for these teams, I guess it's kind of warrants a ban. It's a lot of the heroes are pretty balanced right now, I think. Or I guess it's a new patch. There's a lot of heroes got buffed, so it's really hard to like. You can kind of play around with your bans. Like you don't have to ban like the same 2 heroes every game.
Yeah.
So maybe it's more like team preference bans now, possibly.
I think what happens a lot of the time when like IG go up against LGD or you throw Newbie in the picture, you get these. So many of those games go 1 hour plus. We saw it yesterday where I think there was 3 games go over 1 hour, and that's where Doom in a late game scenario is probably one of the best heroes you can have as far as having like Refresher, Ags Doom, and
yeah, definitely Ags Doom is crazy.
It's just such reliable like kills and just lockdown in general. So we'll see different approach from both the teams. IG are playing with Chizbug not burning today. I believe it's Chuan who's not going to Star Ladder, so they kind of got like this semi 6-man roster going on with Chizbug as well as Burning playing from time to time. And LGD have their full 5 today. In July was absent yesterday, and he was kind of instrumental for them when they won G League. So it's good to see him back, and LGD can maybe make a run through the lower bracket with him. I'd say LGD are the favorites here. I don't know how you feel about that.
When LGD initially came up with their roster, I thought they were going to be like one of the best teams in China, and I guess they're doing pretty well this tournament. So hopefully they'll step it up to where I thought they should have been.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go run upstairs and turn off my furnace because it's really loud. I think.
Okay. All
All right,
right.
I'll be right back.
All right, I'll wait for you. So IG, they've opened things up. Void, Skywrath, Batrider, Lion from the LGD side, and I'll wait for PP to get back before we talk too much about picks, since he's going to have a lot more and a lot better things to say about this than me. But for those of you just tuning in, this is the ECL LAN Finals. We've got 3 teams left in the tournament. Vici Gaming, despite some good recent results in the Summit, the previous ESL New York, they were knocked out first out of the playoffs. They got knocked out in the loser bracket round 1 earlier, last night to Invictus Gaming. The techies pick didn't work out for them, and then they did play a much more straightforward game 3 where IG bested them just with the Naga Siren of Luo. So we'll have to see how IG look to lane things as far as who's playing carry, who's playing the cause, and how things will work out. But IG definitely stepped up their game come game 3, but definitely a very hit or miss team from time to time. So
I'm back.
You're back?
It should turn off pretty soon. I know it's...
Okay.
Yeah, it'll turn off in a second. My house might get really cold, but I will do that for the cast.
Oh, I could
dedicated.
hardly hear it, man. It wasn't too bad, I don't think.
I don't know, my stream always complains, so it's totally here anyways.
Alright. So, LGD have a really weird opening 2 picks in the Batrider Lion, I feel. We're not really seeing... I mean, Lion especially is an odd one, I guess, as an opening 2 pick.
Lion got buffed a lot. The whole base damage thing, it's pretty big.
Yeah. Okay.
Lion before hit for like 40 something, and now he hits for like 58, I want to say. Or 50 something. And
it's plus 7. I don't know what...
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see when we get in game, but he hits for above 50, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's just really, really, it's big. It's big. It matters that much in just like zoning on offlaner.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Lion recently, like in NEL and in pubs, and I really, really like him.
Okay. The mana drain, I guess, got a very small buff as well with the interval going down, so you can...
Yeah, that's pretty big too, especially against maybe not this game, but other games where against illusion heroes, you can pop them instantly like Pugna.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get that Yao Ember Spirit as their 3rd pick, and this is something LGD will pick and run not so much as a carry. Like, he plays this much more tempo controller style of play with the Ember Spirit, so something I would say is Yao's one of his best heroes. And IG've got the Void Skywrath, a kind of trademark opening of a lot of the teams back in the previous patch, and the Vengeful Spirit picked up themselves. But interesting. LGD going a completely different approach from what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, it was much more, let's pick Ember Spirit plus a carry in our opening 2. Like, they were picking Ember Spirit Morphling or Ember Spirit Medusa with their first 2 picks, so it is something a bit different here as far as versing IG.
Yeah, that's probably something they had prepared. That's probably why they first do the Batrider. Batrider Silencer, like, the combo together is really, really strong, and it's actually pretty hard to play against. What IG is probably going to need to do is have a lineup that fights constantly and doesn't have to work around, or can work around like the long cooldown of Global Silence. Or they're going to have to get a lot of BKB heroes.
Oh, that's a good fighting constantly hero, the Slacker, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. He's pretty good. Yeah, they're just missing like their mid hero now, so I wouldn't be surprised if they went like Razor or something. Something that doesn't have any like long cooldowns as well, so they can just keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
I would expect IG to try and fight a lot this game.
It's Ferrari's hero, so we'll see what they have in mind. For LGD, I'm still looking at probably the Sylar hero, unless they're running some kind of a Core Silencer. But do you feel like Core Silence is any good? I mean, he has the Global Silence whether he's a core or a support.
It could be a Core Silencer, I think. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's definitely a possibility. Yeah. It's not the worst thing. Like, a quick Ags is like really, really good.
Because it's LGD, I feel like Sylar is much more inclined to play like a Morphling, Anti-Mage, whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's true. I think I've seen Sylar play Ember Spirit before, though. But that's more of a Yao hero, to be honest.
Yeah. You're up against a core Slack, and we'll see what they get maybe to deal with the Slack. I mean, they've got the Global Silence already as kind of one means of trying to lock him down if you can get him before a Dark Pact, and the Lion with a Blink Hex. You've got a Blink Lasso if Slack doesn't get the Dark Pact off in time, so not going to be the easiest game for a Slack.
Yeah, Lion's pretty good against Slark. It's pretty easy to like blink and hex after the Dark Pact is over, or you can still use your Impale during the ultimate of Slark, which is good.
Insta-pick on the Brood in response to a Spectre, so Brood, one of those last pick Broods, man. These things are like the plague of my pub games lately. The 10th pick Broods are just filthy.
Yeah, they're pretty tough. Brood's at a really interesting spot right now. He's he seems really, really strong in most cases, but you just have to like play around his timing. So like right now, Brood level one, level two, level three, or level three is pretty strong. Level one and level two is really weak, and that's when you want to try and punish him. But then once he gets to like level three to like level seven, you really just need to get away from him and just let him do his thing. And I mean, like, he's gonna get farm, he's gonna get his Midas, his Orchid, his Necro, whatever he wants to get. And then once you get into the mid game, and Brutes is in between like your tier one to like tier three towers, that's when you start killing him with smoke ganks and sentries, and you kill him a couple times, you get a bunch of experience and gold, and your team's just back in it. And the hero just seems kind of useless at that point. He's really, really annoying and pesky, but he doesn't really do that much if you are able to shut him down in the mid game.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting you bring it up. It's like you give him that tier 1 tower, give him some farm just so you can kill him and get more as far as when you actually do kill him. So
yeah, unless you have really good heroes to deal with him, like an Axe or a Tide Hunter or Kunkka or something. They have Bat Rider this game, so I feel like picking him off is going to be pretty easy. Just like once Bat gets a blink, you just Firefly, you're going to find him eventually, you get the gem up, and should be some pretty easy kills, I think.
I like that yesterday we got a straight Dagon 5 E-Blade Brood. We've seen a variety of Brood builds. Anything in particular you think that is like a go-to build, or is it just like you build based on how the game's progressing?
Yeah, it's probably different every game. There's a ton of different builds out there. I mean, Orchid is always good if you're up against like a Storm or something along those, like Anti-Mage maybe. But I like I like Midas for sure, and then either Necro 3 or Orchid, whatever you think you're going to need.
All right, well, we're reconnected back in. Hopefully no more Perfect World server lags. And well, LGD playing over on this Radiant side. Faith will be on the support Silencer. MMY on the support Lion. And it will be Yao on, it looks like a safe lane Ember Spirit. They're going to send him against the Brood. Do the Spectre middle lane. We've seen a few teams try this. IG somewhat unsuccessful with it yesterday with Ferrari. But Psylocke going to try his luck on the Spectre. In the offlane will be in July on the Bat Rider. For the Dire side, IG going to send Chuan and Chizbug, the two supports, up top to start things off. And,
you cheeky Brood mother.
Snagged
the bounty rune.
Nice.
Yeah. He also warded the pulse, so they're going to have to dedicate one of their sentries to getting that. So they're going to have one less for the lane. But Yao actually bought Dust as the carry in the lane, so he helped out his supports in that regard. So that's going to be pretty useful.
Yeah, that's going to make life a bit easier for LGD. And Ferrari mid is actually mid on the Void. So we've got Void versus Spectre mid, but Faith is going to kind of tip the scales with his Silencer over in that middle lane.
That's interesting. I guess that's... I just don't know how the safe lane's going to go. I guess maybe they just decided that they weren't going to be able to shut down the Brood with a support Silencer. So they're just going to try and like win 2 lanes.
Yeah. And you kind of mentioned like between level 1 and 3 you can look to deal with him, shut him down, zone him out a bit. But it seems they're just going to back off. They're going to go for the D-Ward maybe. MMY is only got the 1 sentry, so has to make sure he's on point with it, and he's out of range.
Unlucky.
So no pulls, and Brood already hitting level 2 with the help of the bounty rune. So
this is a big problem. I don't think Lion really has a place in the laning phase for now. Like, he can't really zone out a Brood by himself, and he has no pulls, so he's gonna have to buy more sentries, I think.
Yeah. And meanwhile, for the IG side, they do bring the Skywrath to the middle lane as well, so they're going to be running a dual lane versus dual lane mid, which is, I guess we're seeing a bit more of these kind of carries going to the mid lane. I mean, it was kind of the metagame for a while, but again, some teams are just kind of trying to get that slightly safer location for their carry heroes, especially when it's something like a Spectre.
Yeah, I mean, Brood is definitely not a safe lane for a squishy melee core like that, so...
Alright, well, I'm going to quickly reconnect again, hopefully get rid of some of this PowerPoint Dota.
Oh, really? I'm like perfect.
Yeah, I was perfect all of yesterday, and normally when it happens, a reconnect or two will just kind of fix things up, so hopefully that's just the case today. Perfect world servers, man. I don't know. Sometimes just want to cast... I've been trying to cast Dota 2 for the last 2.5, 3 hours, and I don't know.
Hey, at least you're almost there.
Yeah, almost there. Finally, game starts, and well, we get this. Yeah, and for those of you, yeah, the game was scheduled to start a lot earlier for those of you who are hanging around as well, but it is a LAN event, and there were some changes in schedule / delays.
It's just more incentive to go buy a ticket and watch a game. Support esports.
You're good at this sellout stuff, man.
I mean, it is my job.
Yeah. All right, well, we're still stuttering here. I don't know if that reconnect actually helped too much, but we'll stick with it for now. So, looking at these lanes, I mean, you mentioned the line not really having a home. He's still poking around this bottom lane. It's actually level 3, so...
That's not too bad. I need to get this fish thing, the hex.
On the lion.
Yeah, I have the... What's the normal one?
Which is the fish one? Oh, Fin King's Jump. Mana, it tells you how much mana you've drained. That's a good gem to have.
No, but what is the normal animal that you hex them into? It's not like...
I don't know.
Is it chicken?
The sheep is the Shadow Shaman, I guess. Well, you have the Slaughter of the Lambs, which turns them into a sheep. Wow, bottom lane. First blood maybe coming MMY. Taking Spiderlings under the tower. He's on 20 HP. 10 HP. He's got an impale. First blood goes the way of LGD. I caught some of that.
That was good.
There we go. First blood now pops up.
Lua just got really greedy underneath the tower, and then he got Searing Chains underneath the tower. Took a couple hits.
He even went for the Orb of Venom, so he went like very laning stage focused items. Orb of Venom, Magic Stick with the Soul Ring.
Oh wow, I haven't seen him.
That
is an interesting brood build. 3 clarities as well. Maybe he just bought those as he was dying or something.
Yeah, I think that may have been as he was as he was dying. And in July, gonna zone Chizbug away from that bottom room, which is being secured for, well, no one just yet. Looks like Yao has actually got himself an early bottle on the Ember Spirit thanks to the first blood. Has boots, bottle, dust, and gonna go take that Invis room, make his way bottom lane. And Lua's gonna be pretty careful on this brood now with the dust Ember Spirit coming his way.
Yep, I like the carries with bottles. It's good. Bottles, really, really good with the new bounty run. So,
yeah,
always a good pickup.
It used to be sometimes you just see him on like your heroes who could make benefit of like a DD rune, like in the mid to late game would get that kind of a later on bottle, but we're seeing it much more just in the laning stage being used. But all right, reconnect number 3. Let's go. Let's see if anything improves. Hopefully not missing too much action.
Nah, not too much. No worries.
It's alright. Based on yesterday, we're probably in for some 2-hour games, so we're not going to be
So you're missing like 2% of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Not much is not
yeah, this one could go long. I got Spectre and Void and Slark and Brood.
Well, this is not going to see much improvement by the looks of things, but yeah, I definitely agree. It could go late game, and looking at as far as the 2 lineups go, I mean, you've got a Void late game is always fantastic, but with the Silencer, Spectre, I mean, the Bat Silencer combo you talked about, do you feel LGD has the better late game, or has IG got their options as well?
I really favor LGD's lineup this game. I think they have just a lot better tools in the mid game and late game to win. The Batrider Silencer is going to be amazing in late game and mid game, and I don't think the Broodmother is going to get anything done this game.
Yeah, Brood already off to the pretty bad start after giving up the first blood, so...
I mean, he's doing okay. I mean, he's almost level 7. He's kind of free-farming his lane now. Okay. Kind of I talked about earlier where they have to just give him space because they can no longer really do anything to him. They got the first blood, which is big, but it's pretty tough for now.
Yeah. We'll see how much kind of emphasis they put on trying to shut down the Brood. I guess with Batrider, when he has the blink, can easily rotate a lot there and try to shut him down. I'm just theorycrafting, man, because I'm not even watching the Dota game right now, so trying to reconnect in again, but...
Perfect.
Whew. Man, I was hyped. I watched the Speed Gaming video and was like, man, Dota 2, what a fantastic game with awesome storylines and awesome players and teams, and now it's like, well, I don't even get to cast. But hopefully something comes our way tonight.
What do you think of this? What do you think of this Broodmother hero being able to clump all of his units into one?
I guess it's just one of the kind of tricks of the hero in some ways, but
that's intentional. You think?
I'm not sure. It's kind of, I mean, it sucks for supports when suddenly you see like some Spiderlings and you think there's like 3 or 4, and it turns out there's like 30 Spiderlings on you.
Yeah, just get like 2 shot. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Guess I'm dead now.
Yeah. The other one thing which I think is funny to do, is the full hero surrounds, which surrounds in Dota 2 compared to Dota 1 are kind of crazy and ridiculous. It's so much easier to like body block and surround heroes in Dota 2.
Yeah, it's just because it's things are less clunky and less ping and more room for finesse, I suppose.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna reconnect once more. This is getting even worse as,
Faith might die here.
uh-oh. Well, we'll get the Chinese stream up quickly and...
Oh, he lived with 4 HP. Now Ferrari's getting turned on.
Uh-oh. I'm actually watching Faith on the Chinese stream. There we go. We're catching it. Does Ferrari die?
Ferrari dies.
He looks pretty dead. That's a pretty big kill to get. Void down and Silag with the last hit, man. Siler's farming well here. Let's get Dota 2 back up. Yeah, so I do apologize, guys, on the stream. We're trying to do everything I can. Perfect World servers sometimes just do not cooperate at all. It's a sad time, and
I've definitely been there. I think that's one of my biggest like qualms about casting Chinese Dota is that some days I'll be able to watch the games, and other days I won't be able to watch the game.
Yeah, it's been so good for so long, and that's what I haven't even had to. I remember back when we were casting WPC like every single day was. Like, that was when, like, 1 and 2 days would be good, but the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 months of casting Chinese Dota have had no issues whatsoever, but they're back. Problems are back, and we're being plagued here in the ECL LAN finals, but hopefully things improve. If this doesn't work, I'll try just maybe casting from Dota TV, and we can just ditch the lobby and go to Dota TV maybe. But one last reconnect. Here we go. This is not working, I don't think. Oh man. I'm sorry, Peter. This blows.
I mean, I'm just watching Dota anyways. Doesn't matter to me.
I saw the lion finger will happen. Yeah, actually, I did get the lion finger.
Yeah.
Ferrari's dead, although I still see his hero alive. Okay.
It's a MMY lion.
And he's level 6 really early too. I guess with the dual lanes, he got a lot more out of it. So.
Yeah, he was involved in, I think, both of the first 2 kills. Or definitely he was there for the first one, but I'm not sure if he was there for the second one.
Alright, well, I'll try one more reconnecting. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna hop on over to Dota TV and see if that's any better. But, I mean, LGD seem to have the better late game and also have had a fantastic early game start as well now, so...
Yeah, they just killed the Broodmother again. The Ember Spirit just hunted him down with his ultimate. He couldn't get away.
Okay. June is going to look for IG's first kill now as Batrider gets found, but Lasso comes out, and oh my gosh, we've got ourselves a Dota 2 game. It only took us 7 or 8 reconnects, and I think I'm with you.
It's manageable?
Yeah, it's manageable. It's actually pretty smooth. So far,
Perfect.
so good. Knock on wood. Only missed 11 minutes of Dota. Batrider almost has a blink dagger. He's doing pretty decently.
LGD's doing really, really well. Everything that could go right for them is going right for them. They're still farming a decent amount, but I don't know, they're just slowly getting more and more behind, I think.
Yeah. And for IG, with Avenge plus Skywrath support duo, you normally expect a bit more lane dominance. Or at least early ganks to happen, but not until... Well, IG, Chuan as well as Chizbug going to go for a smoke now. And it looks like they maybe want to head down towards the bottom lane. Try to get a kill on Yao's Ember Spirit, or at least maybe look for a wraparound towards the Radiant jungle, but not an easy kill to get by any means.
No, the laning phase should have gone much better for IG, though. They made a couple of like big mistakes. There was 2 different instances where they just overextended and gave away kills that would have never happened if they just stayed in farmed or just played a little bit more safe. So they took they took some big risks and they just didn't work out. So
Yao, quick response to the Venge Skywrath gank. He gets the Fire Remnant out and gank fails. Did get some help from the Observer, which I think scattered them while they're still in fog. And looks like IG still unable to find themselves a kill. This is looking pretty bad for them.
Yeah. I mean, kills are kills, but as long as you're farming,
Yeah, well,
shouldn't matter.
Ferrari's he's not farming. Finger of Death
Oh,
does. Was that backtrack?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Grim.
Slow him down a little bit and gets swapped out as well to help himself. So in July now, Chronosphere up. Ferrari's got the DD rune still in July. is still okay for the time being. Lasso available. MMY just gonna try to steal some of Chuan's mana and be on his way. So no kills in the middle lane. That backtrack RNG.
That was nice. It's a value point. 10%.
Whew. That is some. That is the definition of value when you're backtracking the 600 damage nuke in the Finger of Death. So it's a small break for IG, who is still definitely on the back foot as far as the early game goes. June though is doing well in the top lane. He's got Midas, he's got Treads, 700 gold, and with this T1 tower, could get pretty close to a fast Blink Dagger if that's what he's going for. That's 2k gold in the bank now with a Spectre ultimate coming through. Looks like bottom lane, they want to go on the Brood. They've got vision with the Dust and Lasso being used as well.
That's tough, man. It's such a tough Brood game. I do not think it was the best pick.
Spectre is, Spectre is actually surprisingly good against the Brood because it's so easy. Well, not so much in the laning stage, but later on to find him in the trees, it's pretty nice.
And if Batrider finds him by himself, Spectre can always get there to help with the damage.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be a rough Brood game.
He can farm, but ultimately it's like, what's he farming towards? He's gonna can farm the Radiant Jungle, can farm the lane, make these big Spiderling armies, but he's not really applying that much pressure. And it doesn't take. I mean, they can kill him with 2 to 3 heroes and then just go back to their lanes and do their thing. Sylar's already back mid, 1600 gold. And it doesn't sound like a lot for 14 minutes in, but considering he's got the Wand, the Phase Boost, the Vit Booster, it's a pretty farm Spectre.
He's probably just going to keep that Vit Booster and head towards Radiance.
Yeah. I like the Vit Booster build. Hal did this yesterday as well when he had to kind of fight early as Spectre, just so he didn't get burst down. And against like a Void Skywrath, you just don't want to die in that Chronosphere, so...
Definitely. Well, the nice thing is they have Silencer for the Void, so when the Chrono goes out, they can Global Silence, and then there hopefully won't be a Skywrath ult or any more follow-up.
Yep. And even if it's just a Skywrath ulti in the Chronosphere, that may not even be enough damage until there's like Mask of Madness for Ferrari.
Yeah, well, he's getting pretty close to it, so...
Yeah, his farm not bad in the mid lane, as Slark still topping the net worth by a pretty good margin, thanks to the tier 1 tower and just complete, utter, uncontested free farm.
They do have two Midases. So.
And MMY now in a bit of trouble here. Silence is going to come out, and June gets, well, stunned up inside the Dark Pact. He wants to, well, no, he doesn't want to keep on chasing the Blink on cooldown. So first Blink gank of the game for him, and can't even kill a Lion.
Yeah, Tron wasn't able to get off any spells because of the Global Silence. You got the Wave of Terror, but no stun to follow up.
Yep. Alright.
He actually maxed his Magic Missile, which is not something most of the Western Venges do. Which is... I'm not sure if I like it that much, but interesting that he made that decision, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, for LGD, they're gonna just kind of sit back and happy to get their farm on. They've smoked up actually once again to try hunt down the Brood, so it seems we're at that stage of the game where, hey, Brood's level 11, he's been kind of crushed, even though he's level 11, and let's just keep on killing him a few more times. They find him, Batrider going to blink, get the lasso, they've got Finger of Death available, should be a kill, even the Ember Spirit going to come in, and Finger of Death not even needed. So this is just going to keep on happening, it feels like, and it's a level 11 Brood, so he's 0-4, he's struggling, but he's giving away a ton of XP and gold every time he dies.
Yep, that's generally how it goes on Broodmother. Man. Most of the time they at least get the tier 1 tower, maybe tier 2, but it's a tough one.
Feeding Spiderlings over to the supports even. Like,
yeah, go Faith. He's going for the Midas.
On the Silencer?
Yeah.
Alright. I guess he's just like to sit back and throw ultimates when it's needed. Not really going to be actually fighting that much.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Silencer's a very strong hero for, like, if you make it through laning phase. I mean, all of his spells are pretty good. Not his glaives, they're not that useful, but at least he's stealing some intelligence.
IG still looking for their first kill now. Going to smoke on into the enemy jungle. Realize that, hey, if this Brood's going to keep getting hunted, let's send some, well, back up his way in some form. Can Yao get up another Fire Rim? He's got one underneath the tier 1 tower. He's got to react fast. There's a Chronosphere from the trees. Nicely played by Ferrari. They'll get the kill on Yao. Good execution there.
That was good. He respected Yao's ability to jump out, or like if you try to time walk in and then get the chrono off. A player that's quick, he'll definitely jump out.
And Yao's constantly ready. It's like the one thing has to worry about. Like last hitting, you don't have to focus that much. Like brainwaves on. It's just watch out for that smoke gang coming your way, and well, not much you could do about that one. And at this point, LGD have such a good start, such a good lead. IG had to commit so many heroes for it. It's those kind of ganks need to happen for IG, but for LGD, it's like,
Faith,
well,
watch out.
shit happens. TP out, just barely makes it out of there. This poor Slark, he's got this fast blink dagger, but he's not really doing much for the team.
They're still farming though.
Yeah, he's not falling off for some time, I guess.
It's funny that Brood has so many deaths, but is still like what, second on GPM and third on net worth.
Yeah. Jeez. What a hero. We'll see where Lua goes. 1400 gold. They just think defensive here. They're going to go in with a global silence. Is it mid lane? It looks like Ember Spirit wants the kill on Chizbug. We'll get it. Over to the eastern side. Silo, I don't think that was the hero who was trying to haunt on. I think he wanted to haunt mid, but made a bit of a blunder here. Now June going to blink himself in. Does not hit the pounce. Sila's still in trouble, though. There's a Brood to one side of him and going to be walking towards the web. So Brood should be able to catch up, and I don't see a way out for Silo. Yep, gets caught by the pounce and brought down.
Oh, Ferrari's going to die. No backtrack.
No backtrack this time. Chuan now lassoed up. Faith wants the Vengeful Spirit, and we'll get the Vengeful Spirit. Luo and the Brood still fighting, and have they got dust for this one? You betcha. They've already used it. MMY with the Finger of Death. Luo just going to try lifesteal himself back up to keep on fighting. He wants MMY, needs to spawn Spiralings, but it's on cooldown still. Being slowed down. The turnaround from MMY with an Impale, and turns it into a 3-for-3 trade. LGD losing their two main carries, and Slark going to get another kill.
That's pretty scrappy.
Sounds are going down, yeah. 3-for-4 in the end, actually. IG lose 4.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that fight.
Slark, the one survivor on the IG side, gets his first 2 kills of the game and up to 2k gold. For LGD, they lose Spectre and Ember Spirit, though.
Yeah, it was it was probably a pretty good fight for IG for the most part. They got the kill on Spectre, which is big.
Man, MMY with a blink already on this line. I guess we're 20 minutes in, but he's
still pretty quick.
Yeah.
Tron's really farmed too, though.
He's a lot of these supports are getting a ton of experience. No one's under level 8 right now. Well, yeah, we've got just the Skywrath made Chizbug on level 8. A lot of farm being spread around between all the supports, the carries as well, so... As things stand, LGD though, it's kind of that, let's get our Radiance up for Silo. He's up to 3.3k gold, the death will slow him down. And he's not really confident in his ability to farm against this Slark. There's still quite a few heroes missing on the map. Like, Slark plus Scarith alone can probably kill this Spectre.
Definitely. Like, Void plus Scarith kill him as well. If they don't get that global off fast enough.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, Slark doesn't really care about the global for now, because he just jumps in and then puts on his Dark Pact, and he kind of just, that's everything he has at the very beginning.
For IG though, they're gonna keep LGD scared, but they're doing it by just farming their own jungle. They've got the Slark farming neutrals, they've got the Void farming ancients, so they're actually not applying any pressure, but LGD is still sitting, hugging this tier 1 mid tower as if there's a kind of a smoke gank coming their way.
Chuan's actually maxing Aura now too, which is, that's so different. Like, all the Western veterans just max Wave of Terror.
Yeah. Especially being on the Dire side. You've got a Brood who's pretty decent, like at least okay at taking Roche. You definitely have a pretty capable Roshan lineup.
I mean, you could do it with just Venge and Void.
Yeah. Well, I guess the Aura helps a little bit, but the Howl is where it's at. So Slack now with a completed BKB, 21 minutes in, and definitely going to help him out as far as fighting goes, but getting this BKB first is always kind of risky as well, because if this game drags, you're looking at a late game 5-second BKB.
Yeah, he's got to have it, though. That global silence will mess him up if he gets caught out by it.
Well, here we go. They are going to go into Roshan now.
They dewarded the whole like area with the Slark ultimate. That's like the most annoying thing about Slark as a support is he just gets all of your wards.
Yeah. Yeah, right now, very little vision. Just the one Observer Ward near the middle lane, and Brood has done his job of taking 2 towers at the bottom lane, so it's kind of not really IG in a position where they can contest this, and it's IG farmers right now. Brood's back at number 2 as far as net worth goes, and IG do have a lead as far as overall farm goes.
Yeah, I wonder if Spectre would have gone different, like a more like drums kind of like fighter build, they would be better off, because right now they can't, like, they're afraid to fight and they're afraid to get picked off, so they're just sitting back and not farming and getting further and further behind.
It's weird because everyone on LGD in their lanes did like exceedingly well.
They did great.
Spectre lane, dual lane and mid lane crushed the Void. Batrider's had he had to jungle and abandon his lane, but he got a good blink dagger timing. He hunted the Brood down a few times. Brood kept on dying bottom lane, so LGD effectively won all 3 lanes, it feels like, apart from the Slark free farming.
Yeah, but once the Slark started moving around, they just didn't really have an answer for it. I think maybe they should have just focused on killing the Slark maybe instead of the Broodmother.
Yeah.
Because he's just terrifying for them right now. They don't really. They're just sitting back and waiting for IG to make a mistake, and now they have an Aegis, which is going to make it that much harder for them to make that mistake.
And they had the heroes they could do it with Lion, Finger of Death, with the silence from the global silence. I mean, they definitely had potential to kill the Slark, so...
I think they can still kill him.
Gonna see a jump in mid lane, Faith. That's a BKB from June, but he wants to secure this kill on the silencer. Forced after the high ground, though. Does end up getting... Something gets the kill.
No, it was the concussive shot. It
okay.
followed for so long.
And we'll see the chase on. Chronosphere now comes out. Not that you can see it. Ferrari wants MMY. June actually blinks in. And get himself trapped inside of that one. Ember Spirit elsewhere is going to go down to the Faceless Void, or to the Broodmother as well.
Oh,
IG just walking all over them.
Yeah, Brood is just farming the whole time.
I was about to say, wait, Brood gets the kill, but Brood's also in his own jungle. Like,
oh, he just sent spiders.
Good contribution coming out from the Brood Mama. And Ferrari back to farming. He's working on a BKB as well.
Oh no, auto attack.
Oh dear. And Bat caught out. June will get silenced now. Can they get some return kills? June's got the Aegis anyway, so he may just turn and fight. Betcha he will. Faith, the first to fall. Silo wants Chizbug. Can he get it? Needs the extra bit of damage. Will get it. But he's going to pay for this with his own life. Buys the Radiance before he dies. That's at least a small consolation prize. Nice Finger of Death going to bring down the Slark. Gets the kill on the Vengeful Spirit as well. MMY. I think we're a pretty decent game on this line, but may not have an answer to the Slark. As Slark will catch him, and Dark Pact, and MMY.
Run,
alive. This pesky tree, he blinks onto the high ground as well. June going to be forced to BKB out, and I guess BKB down to 8 seconds now. Small victories. But bottom lane, Brood doing Brood things.
Yeah, he is.
Oh wow, Lion actually did end up dying.
Yeah,
Void went up there and found him with the help of the Observer Ward. Bottom lane though, Brood lassoed into place, but has the BKB and will use that to survive as well. So this is where Faith. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's probably not like a game-changing thing, but going for this Mice and Silencer, he'd probably rather have like a 4-staff or something right now for his team.
Yeah, maybe.
He seems super greedy.
I feel like he's just trying to. I don't know. I see a lot of Silencers do this, and they always try to go like Ags or something right after, and it's like, but at 35 minutes when the enemy team already has all their BKBs, is Ags really going to be that good? I don't think it's really worth it. I prefer like you just go Treads and Urn or Magic Wand and be useful.
Silo going to get Chronosphered up, and Chuan shows up with an Urn with a Magic Missile, and easy kills. The swap going to come in as well. That's trying to save Ferrari's life here. June now gets a nice pounce onto MMY. Silencer does end up getting the kill on the Void, and Faith, well, still going to be a kill for him. So 3-for-1 trade so far. TP in from Yao, but he's going to be forced to immediately fire him out. The pounce to chase things, and Yao going to be forced to use a second Fire Remnant out. The Blink, though, is there, and Yao may just straight up die. He hasn't got any Fire Remnants left. The Searing Chain's not going to latch onto June, and there's your ultimate from the Slark. He wants this kill. He wants it bad, and it looks like he's going to get it. Yao, one last Sleight of Fist is not going to save his life. So June coming up big, and well, they've also put Trine up on the hill here in July. Having a bit of fun with the Vengeful Spirit. Will get the kill and be on his merry way. This Slark is just out of control right now.
Yeah, he is.
And Brood is just there.
Yeah, he's untouchable with the BKB.
Okay.
They need to be the ones to jump on him, but it's so hard to jump on Slark because he has that like night vision, and just he dewards all your wards, and it's tough.
What a weird game. I mean, we both kind of looked at these lines and said, yeah, LGD seemed to have like the stronger lineup. They had such a good start, but IG have just...
I didn't factor in June playing like a monster.
Yeah. This is...
It's like he's like the Illidan of the East.
Man, Illidan, when he plays Slack, just like 1v5s while his team just sit back and farm the supports and stuff.
Man. Nobody, like, he makes that hero look so broken. And then you see everyone else play it, and it's like, oh yeah, this is not that bad.
Well, for IG, it's get the next couple of items up. Slack gonna have a Skadi and like 500 gold. June at that point is, I mean, not unkillable, but it gets awfully close. The vision right now for IG, I mean, you talked about Slack helping just de-ward the entire map, and they've got a gem on this Batrider, but he hasn't actually caught most of the dire wards. They've got very deep observer wards scanning out most of these movements of LGD, and the smoke from LGD, they're going to find the Slack, but...
Firefly's over.
Yeah. Not going to happen. Bat needs to find these wards pronto, and, well, he did find the one on the hill, and looks like he is going to run into one more. Nope, blinks away, so there we go. Sees it, and we'll de-ward at least one of the two wards.
Chuan is level 14. That's impressive.
Wow. He's been in 9 of the kills, but that's... being in the right place, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the benefit of doing this tanky Venge build. You can just get in the middle of things and just get all the experience if you don't die.
IG looking really solid here. Roshan not going to be up for at least a couple more minutes now, but I don't
Who's in the finals? Is it...
Newbie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, Vici Gaming the only team knocked out, but also the only team not really playing too seriously this turn. We're going to see Luo get caught and try and burst him down before he can BKB. Pretty straightforward for LGD. Not a game changer by any means, and here comes IG. Ferrari with the time walk in, has a Chronosphere. Otherwise, going to hide.
He's good.
He's good for now. The ward is there, and I think even pinged out by IG. Looks like Chuan with a sentry may get some D-wards going. Yeah, it's being pinged out, and Chuan, no D-ward. Make their way towards the middle lane, and for LGD, this, I mean, Spectre may have Radiance, but they're not really fighting around it, getting too much done.
No, it's just not that useful. I think the timings for IG were a little bit earlier than the Radiance timing, and they just really exploited the fact that they were ready to fight and LGD wasn't ready to fight. They took Roshan, they started taking towers, they started just running around the map with free will, and they just... I mean, the supports on LGD couldn't go anywhere, the Ember Spear was pretty limited as well.
Probably maybe going to get caught here in July. Doesn't actually have the day vision he needs to spot him. Just fire flying around, looking for wards, I think, more than anything with the gem.
He might be going for it now.
Does he see? Okay, he sees him now.
Oh, there's a Venge right there, though. Oh, God.
Firefly just wore off, though.
Oh, global. You got BKB off, though.
Okay, yeah, Ferrari's going to be just fine. He's going to turn in Chronosphere, if anything. There we go. Just onto the Batrider. But, hey, take the kill you can get, and...
gem down, I think.
Luo going to shop as well. He's got BKB on the Brood and wants to fight it. Finger of Death will bring down the Void as MMY gets himself another kill. But June, the big bad Slack, doesn't really have much of an answer right now as far as LGD are concerned. They've lost 3, including the Spectre, who showed up to the fight. June's looking to chase and blinks after MMY. Will get impaled up. And the TP out from MMY is going to save his life. Faith, though, on the low ground. I don't think he's going to be so lucky. Yeah. Pounce is up in a couple of seconds. Doesn't even need it. Can just slow him with the Skadi, and there we go. Pounce just for good measure.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much life LGD has left. I think this game is wrapping up pretty quickly.
It's definitely goes to show the kills do not mean all too much in a game of Dota. LGD were like up 10 kills to 2 or something at one point, and the kills have remained pretty even. It's just one hero, the Slack, being played like an absolute beast right now.
So what went wrong for LGD?
I don't know. You're here to tell me that.
I'm here to tell you that.
Yeah.
I think they should have been the aggressors, I guess, rather than playing so defensive. They literally just sat behind their towers for like, I feel like they sat for like 10 minutes and just watched IG farm.
Maybe it goes back to a bit of what you talked about with like the IG needing to pick heroes that can constantly fight, and LGD kind of have to play around the global silence cooldown. Like if you're going to be the aggressors, but you can only fight once every 2 minutes, it's not exactly ideal.
That swap.
Cool, from the low ground too. He's still chasing, but Inspector I don't think gets this kill.
Ah, he's Radiance.
Oh yeah, can't blink out. Gets slowed by the concussive shot. June actually will get away.
He just healed so much.
Dear.
The level 3 ultimate.
What a play from Chuan too. Level 16 Vengeful Spirit. That happens, I guess, when you're Chuan.
Chuan appears to be in a little bit of trouble. He's decided to no longer move and accept his fate.
Well, he's looking to just kill them with kindness in PPD fashion there, perhaps. And IG, well, they lose a Vengeful Spirit, but that's the least of their worries right now.
Yeah, they got a lot of worries, that's for sure. But Spectre's getting closer and closer to Heart, which is pretty big. It's gonna help him stay alive in fights, maybe survive the Chronospheres or Slark Pounces or Venge Stuns or whatever gets thrown at him.
At some point, June's gonna get like an Abyssal Blade, and like you can try and fight all you want with the Heart of Tarrasque, but I think June's kind of like, the tankier you are, the happier he is, because he's just stealing more agility, getting more Essence Shift proc, so...
Yeah. Face getting closer to his Aghanim Scepter. He's about 1,300 away.
Well, that's possibly something nice. Lasso comes out onto the Slark here, but it's the Ember Spirit who dies into the Chronosphere. Ferrari wants more as well. It's going to be Faith who he goes on. No Global Silence gets used, thanks to Skyreth Silence. And Slark now blinking after, looking for more. Not going to actually hit in July with that one, it looks like. And now gets stunned up. But Void Time walking in July is done for. As you said, possibly wrapping up pretty soon. Spectre not even looking to horn into this one. He's just
He's like, I'm farming, guys.
Yeah. Get that Heart of Tarrasque.
It's like, I haven't had free farm for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna take it. Fortunately, it's gonna cost them some buildings.
Yeah,
some
like,
important buildings.
Don't worry, tier 2 for Rax. It's a numbers thing, you know? In some alternate reality, it's like that's a good trade.
I mean, you can't fight if he has no teammates, so
yeah,
may as well.
Al down bottom, and they're losing 2 racks as well.
Yeah,
Brood just rocking up to the bottom lane, and I guess ultimately, like, sure, Brood, there's a lot of heroes to pick off the Brood and counter the Brood, but in some weird way, maybe this was an okay Brood game.
Sure. I mean, it worked.
Yeah, the results, I guess.
Maybe results don't lie.
For itself, yeah. It looks so bad for Lua at one point though. Like he kept on farming, getting levels, and then just feeding.
Perseverance from Lua.
1, 6, and 4. I mean, you look at that and think like this offlane failed, but it did enough. He didn't really create that much space for his team when he was dying.
I think Slark just went crazy.
Yeah, now he's going to... Spectre's picked up a Ghost Scepter, by the way.
What?
He didn't go for Heart of Tarrasque. He's going like E-Blade or something. I don't know.
I just didn't want to get right-clicked.
I think he's done with life. And look at IG. June has got himself up to like 51 Agi stolen. He's 3 shots the Lion with the Abyssal Blade and now moves on to Injuly. No bash, unfortunately. Has himself 21 Essence Shift charge, 63 agility. It's GG.
Well, I suppose it is.
That was an interesting, bizarre game.
That was bizarre. I think Slark just went crazy and LG didn't address the Slark at all, which was a problem. But they played really well. I was impressed by IG. I didn't think it was going to go this well. I thought they were kind of outpicked, and they just played better. It's one of those weird heroes, because you think, okay, I'm a Slark, like you get like level 7, level 8, you want to go fight and get kills and help gank, but when you just... He was mostly just free farming as much as he could. Even when he got his Blink Dagger, he didn't really start fighting truly until he had the BKB, so... There's definitely something to be said about not helping your team when you're on a hero like Slark if you can just control the game, as June just did. Yeah, I was kind of surprised they didn't ban Venge during the second phase. Tron played really well. He was always there with the swaps in case his really hard to kill cores ever got, finally grabbed a hold of, I suppose.
Alright, well, that does it. Game 1 in the bag. IG going to go into Game 2 with a 1-0 lead. Stick around, guys. Game 2 of IG vs LGD, the loser bracket final at the ECL LAN Finals, is going to be coming up after a quick break.